To a beautiful mind today. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and the timing that is this breakout. And we've been gently watching this. We've really been patient with this. So are we about to have our massive breakout as we've been stating in the past here? We've been talking about May and the fact that we've been talking about Jupiter here. And once it gets into the sign of Gemini, like it did 12 years ago, I'm expecting, just like it was, there was a higher low and a change in trend. Today is the 27th. The moon has come around and it is conjunct Pluto. What happens when the moon comes around and hits Pluto? Well, typically, we have a big transformation and a big pull-up. Is that going to happen this time? Not necessarily, but the likelihood is getting very, very, very good. And Bitcoin is getting into an extremely strong position. Let's go ahead and chuck on a couple of 45-degree angles because I know that we can find the change in trend by doing such. Let's go and see if we can do that right now. Here we go. There's our trend line. Let's go over and let's start attaching it. Putting a 45-degree angle on any of your charts. This is an hourly chart. What are we going to do? Well, first of all, we put the angle on. We go up to our settings. We add the angle. All right. And take this angle, highlight it. All right. Okay. There's your 45-degree angle, guys. Right? From your top. That's what it looks like. Let's go put on some more, right? We're going to do this quick because you guys need to know what's going on. Okay, so we put on a few 45-degree angles. We're just going to move these out of the way for the moment while we re-ascertain what exactly we're doing. Right? 45? Okay. Right? Maybe we should do a few more of those, right? But before we do that, we should change its color, right? Otherwise, we could get confused by which is which. All right, so we've got two 45-degree angles here. We're going to turn this into a 1 times 2 angle. What is that? That's right, a 22.5-degree angle. That's half a 45, the strongest angle, and the death angle. Let's take a look at what we can see from the asset. Looking at this 45-degree angle comes down from our current top at 71,800. This 45-degree angle on the hourly chart cuts directly through this 45-degree angle from our current low on the 23rd at 66,000. I drew an angle up on here. And where these two cross, remember we've talked about this now, go back and look at my Gann tutorials where we talk about putting trend lines on, and where they cross, the asset typically likes to vibrate to those areas. Staying above this area would indicate great strength. Breaking below this and searching down, that's right, great weakness. So bouncing off of this hit. So we've broke this angle a little bit and everyone's probably freaking out that it's about to change. We didn't break the angle right here. The low sitting on this angle did not break. So that's indicating strength. So we could therefore put another 45-degree angle on right there. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Why? Well, because we're starting to hone in on the vibration of the market. We're starting to see that, yeah, it's not getting weak. It's getting into a strong position. And that strong position is starting to become evident because Bitcoin is hovering around this area and has not given up. So that being said, we're going to put our 2x1 angle on this bottom. And note, guys, let's just take a look at this, okay? We're going to take this one and we'll put it back here, right? And this asset vibrated, right? And it sat on this and then got weak. Let's see what it did from the very bottom. This should be interesting in itself, right? Look at the vibration. It told us, right? It told us it was coming up to this. Let's go put this 45 on here and let's see what we can see here. I mean, you guys know I'm a researcher. I don't shy away from all this, and I expect that you shouldn't either. So looking at this, you can see cutting through, right? This is what I've told you about 45-degree angles. Yes, you can extend it out and put it on here. I mean, it wouldn't be a 45-degree angle, but you would certainly find all of this, right? Like you would certainly find this is one of the very last spots where you would be long this asset, right? Right before, right, it made top right here. Couldn't get back above this angle. What does that indicate? Weakness. You bet. Okay, so let's just go back to our 22-degree angle and our 45-degree angles because those are the most powerful angles. You will also note that when we extend this 45-degree angle from our bottom and we square out this top here, right? What happens? Right? And then what do we get? Right? Mr. Gann states this is the death angle. When you break this, this is when Humpty Dumpty falls off the wall. Right? Like, take a look. Isn't that a Humpty Dumpty? Okay, well, let's take this right here. Let's make this. What are we making this? Right? What's this angle here? It says it's a 45. Sorry, while we get that on there. Alright, so we have a 45-degree angle coming up from our bottom, cuts through the bulk of our reactions. These two cross right here. We have to get above this area. And you can see where these two cross here, what happens? There's our Humpty Dumpty top, guys. Squares out with this 45-degree angle. I mean, this is just geometric and mathematical sequences at work. We're not even using any human emotions, and we should not ever, never, never, never. Mathematical science is of the highest order, and you should be paying attention to that. So we've been talking about Jupiter when it gets into Gemini. Yeah, it goes absolutely bananas for 1 year. Is that what's going to happen? Yeah, I think so. You bet. I mean, you know, I'm a researcher and a scientist, and I go back, I look at all this. You've seen all my tutorials. I tear this stuff to pieces. I'm like a hungry tiger. I chew absolutely everything to pieces. No stone left unturned. So let's go take a look now at this angle now. So we popped on our what, 45? So now we need to get on our 67.5-degree angle because I know that we're starting to get very strong. Once we break above this, we break this top right here, this Humpty Dumpty area, which I believe we're going to do. It's my belief that we're doing this. And we're going to sit on top of 72, 73. And from there, you guys, we're going to be messaging me. You're going to be like, holy crap. How did you know? Well, it's not that difficult. And if you've been paying attention to my time cycle forecasting and my angles that I've put on using Gann's system, as I own all his books and courses, you will find that you can find the tops and the bottoms and the breakouts really easily. So let's go take a look at this now. So back to the front now. We're going to put this on here as perfect as possible. I'm going to increase the size of this and distort our angles in our pictures because I want to make sure that we're getting this on here perfectly, because when we break this 2x1 angle here, we will be vibrating back to this 45-degree angle from our current bottom, and we will be sitting back and contacting on top of this 1x2 angle right here. Right here. So, looking at that, the market is showing strength. A breakdown and a failing to stay above this angle here is weakness. Bitcoin is starting to show immense strength right now. We're coming back. Jupiter has entered Gemini. And right now, my forecasting and the synopsis that I have made for the next year seems to be coming to fruition. I don't wish these things all to happen. Like, I just study the past and I apply what has happened, because the past is but a repetition of the future, and you'd better pay attention to that. And right now, the big news is Bitcoin is starting to get very active, and Mr. Trump has just come out and he has completely endorsed Bitcoin and the custody of Bitcoin by you, and sole custody, which is really important. No third-party interloper. He's banning that. The next most important thing that Mr. Trump has just done regarding Bitcoin is he's banned the Federal Reserve from creating a digital currency. He's banning that. That's right. We're starting to get back to taking this country and the finances and the people to a better level. The people have spoken. We're sick and tired of these satanic bankers. They don't have our best interest. Rant over. What are we doing? We're going to be breaking above this. A failure to break above this will bring us right back to here. It's just no question, guys. You can argue all you want about that, but right now, Bitcoin is the most successful project and asset that has ever come out, other than taxes. But taxes aren't beneficial to people. Taxes have not benefited any man, woman, or child anywhere. Anywhere. If anything, they've ruined everyone. So, if everyone owned a little bit of Bitcoin and no fiat dollars, that would be immensely strong. Our economy would turn around, because Bitcoin does not devalue like all the bankers' currencies, right? Name one currency that's gone up. That's right. There really isn't any. It just keeps losing its value. It does. Because you can't afford $1 million house, because your currency has devalued. If you had a strong dollar, that same house wouldn't be worth $1 million. You'd be able to afford that like your parents did and your grandparents. You'd be able to work one job, take care of a family, and go on multiple vacations. But today, that's not possible. Sorry, I'm going off on the ranting, but you know, guys, The economy has changed, and Bitcoin is at 70,000. And all those that have vilified me to not buy Bitcoin, not build Bitcoin mines like I do, and mine Bitcoin, they don't speak to me anymore. And it's not because I say rude things to them. It's just that, sometimes when we stand behind the things we think, it's not always true. So we do need to be mindful about what, in fact, we're thinking about and what we give energy to. So, looking at this, guys, if you think Bitcoin is in a very precarious state and about to do a rollover, I'm here to tell you that for the next year, that is not going to be the case. And you're not ready for this. Bitcoin is going to double. From our last low at 56,000, we're going to double in price. And we've done this over and over again. And I've showed you this, you guys. We've done back to 15,000. We looked at the chart. Right, 15,000. 31,000 is our next top. 24,000 is our next bottom. What's our next top? January 11th, right? Or 13th, right? 50,000. He doubled 25. Okay, so we made a snap bottom at 56,000 or 55 or 57 or 58, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. What I am caring about is the fact that if this asset stays above 55, then it's going to double. It's done it in the past. It does it every time. And if you're not prepared for this, you're going to miss out. 15 minutes with me can make your family a fortune. What do you have in your wallet? It better be Bitcoin. Here we go. We just opened up a new bar and we've made a gap. And we're into breaking above this territory. As we're speaking, guys, this is unfolding. Sure, we can have a little pull back and sit down again. Maybe we should sit back down on this old top right here. This looks like a great area to, again, get a foothold. Right here. We stay above all of this, especially now that we broke into this. We make a close above this. We're moving up, guys. It's in the cards. That's what's happening. And all of you that have been paying attention to my previous tutorials in the past and have been stacking Bitcoin, I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you for reaching out to me, and I really appreciate your comments. Please help the others understand what you are doing, because you are a leader in your community, and we need leaders in our communities. Our leaders of the past have failed us. This current administration has failed you. It's failed me miserably. Bitcoin and gold and silver are about to take off. It's going to be a storm. So, if you can, buy Bitcoin. And the next time to buy Bitcoin will be when it breaks above its all-time high. And that happens to be 73.6. When we get above this angle at 73.6 here, that's right. I'm telling you, by June 3rd and 4th, we're going to have our next major swing top. We're going to be showing some great strength here, and I've been talking about this for months. I sound like a bloody broken record or whatever, but it's true. There's nothing more successful. And if you go back and you forecast like the way I do, counting the months, well, not like the way I do, sorry, the way that William Gann does his analysis, if you just re-replicate the things that he's doing, I do all the things he's doing. So if you re-replicate those things, you're going to have great results. And you can see that, Bitcoin's getting really strong here, right? we break above this top here, guys, and things are going to get crazy. Also, I'm going to be doing some live events. I was thinking about doing some of that because I get a lot of feedback from you guys, and I'd like to know, would you like to have a live event and interact with me a little bit in the comment sections? You know, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Also, go down to our poll where I'm asking you to vote on the movement of Bitcoin. We're getting a lot of really good feedback, and I've left, I think, 5 scenarios which, could possibly take place or whatever. They're just generic possibilities. However, I'd like very much for you to take those questions and vote on them. I really want to know. Not because I need to know what you're thinking, but it's just nice to know what the community thinks. And if you think that my work is really good here, then say so. If you think that I'm not doing a good job, say so. I'm all about freedom of speech. I will never block bad comments, bad reviews. I'm about freedom of speech. Just because you make bad financial decisions and you take it out on me, that's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I'm just praying that you pay attention to the work that I'm doing here and that possibly you come around. I will not vilify you. And thank you to all the people sending me your charts and all your work. I will not tell you you're doing anything wrong. Most of you are doing an amazing job. Actually, pretty much every single one of you that sends me your charts, putting your angles on, and asking me questions, you're answering your own questions, really. You know what you're doing. When you follow along with a very simple system, you can't go wrong. We just use powerful geometric angles. We're counting time frames. We're just using mathematical objectives. So, thank you to everyone that's been reaching out to me. There's a lot of people that are really concerned. I get a lot of emails that people are concerned with state of the economy, where things are going, and they want to know right up to the minute what's happening. I don't blame you. So, we're in a very precarious position right now. Stocks and assets are at all-time highs, and gold's in the new territory, and Bitcoin is about to push through into new territory. And when it does this, Bitcoin is going to move up so fast that you're going to be disillusioned by the speed and velocity that this will actually move. So, taking that into account, guys, let's go take a look at the daily chart now, and let's just see. We're starting to get pretty active. And looking at this here, does this look like a weak asset to you? No. Let's go take a look at our indicators for the daily chart, because our RSI made bottom. We've been pushing up. We've subsequently made a top here. We noted that. The RSI has come back down, and we are basing and looking for an area here where we can turn around, and it looks like the RSI is searching very much to sit on top of this area. There's a lot of action right through this area right here, and staying in this area here and getting above it. Okay, let's go down and take a look at the MACD, because it's starting to state something different, right? Let's go take a look at it. Oh, Well, it says it's in big trouble right now and that we're about to have a death cross and that the buyers have all taken off. And it looks like, if things don't turn around, the sellers are going to get really going here. And, I'd like to see a real quick, you know, get this selling pressure done before the end of this month because, like I said, we make a higher bottom when we're in this area of the chart, right? When Jupiter's at 0 degrees, it's basing and getting ready to take off. So this is kind of in line with that. If we get a little dip under here, and then another move up, and it's possible we could. We see this in the past where it comes together and then it takes off again, right? We've seen this. So are we experiencing this same feature right here? I think we're getting really close to doing so. And if we get a crossover and a golden cross, yeah, we're not just going to challenge this top. We're going to get above it. So that's my prognosis, and that's my thoughts. Stochastics, a leading and lagging indicator sometimes. It can carry on and go sideways, and you don't realize that the asset is still trying to make its move up. And of course, this did that, right? This stochastic, it topped out right here on the first part of this wave, right where the sine wave made top here, right? Boom. And that was it. Stochastics, sideways, right? Another bottom. Back to our old bottom. Right? Back up to our old top. And look at us. We've just been researching out these old bottoms. Right? So we have to hold this. This has to hold. From there, we're moving forward. And we're going to be challenging and moving above this top. And with Trump endorsing Bitcoin and the fact that he feels that it's important that the citizens or the people are allowed sole custody of Bitcoin is a monumental expression, right, from Mr. Trump. He wants you to be prosperous. So pay attention to this, guys. It's very likely impossible we're about to break over and things are going to get really bananas. We've been talking about this. Anyways, peace and love, guys. I just wanted to show you that. Breaking above this 73 right now, and this 70 will bring us up to 77. That's our next. This is our next area here. Is 77. Okay? Getting up to 77 right here is looking a lot like it's very possible, isn't it? Look at the strength. Right? Lots of strength. From there, it'll be 81, 86, and then we just keep moving up. 91, 96 would square all our bottoms from 1534 and our 60 bottoms here. Next move up is a low at 65,000. Really? Where? Oh, right here? Oh, okay. What about our next bottom? What's our next bottom, guys? When we move up, that's right, guys, it has to be 69, right where we are. This has to hold. If this does not hold, then we are in some big trouble. If this doesn't hold. And we're on this, I've made this our 45-degree angle right here, guys. Okay, so it doesn't show that it's 45 because I've obviously move the chart, and I've taught you how to overcome that. So looking at that, 69 now is the next floor level. You know, we could certainly come back to this 66. No problem. No problem. Bitcoin can easily do that. Right? For sure it can. I mean, like, no problem. We could do that. You don't think so? If we just run a random angle instead of a Gann angle, we can see that, you know, we have to stay above this. Breaking this is not a good sign. Staying above this, yeah, super strength, guys. That's some super duper strength. We stay above this. We break above this. You better put on a crash helmet and buckle up, because you're not going to believe how high this asset can go. I'm telling you right now, it's going to double, and I'm going to get 1,000,000 messages. When we break above this 70,000 like I've been talking about, and we sit on this like I've been talking about, I'm going to get 1,000,000 messages. 1,000,000. I already get quite a few, but this is going to be monumental, guys. And when that happens, you better check in and buckle up, because your family is important. So buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin when it breaks above 73,000 and sits on our old top. You can be courageous now and start stacking, but you need to be doing it at these swings. And right now we have this angle that's moving up. And another contact with this angle would be another indicator for buying. Especially staying above all this. We get above all this. Whew. Anyways, guys, I went on a little bit, ranted a little, but this is what's going on. So pay attention to this. It's really happening. I know that you guys, you're probably all thinking your tokens and all these other coins were going to do some crazy stuff. And sure, XRP and a bunch of these things, they certainly can. They're tokenizing these. But Trump is saying nope to the Federal Reserve. He's saying no way. We do not want your digital tokens. We want Bitcoin. Everybody is stating this. The nations around the world are shedding the IMF. They're buying Bitcoin, and they're making a profit. Look at El Salvador. Just go take 5 minutes and go take a look at the nations that have told the IMF to kick the rock down the road, because they don't want their crappy fiat currency that is manipulated. That's right. Everybody's selling their manipulated Federal Reserve dollars. Right? It's monopoly money. $1 US, what's that worth? What's one Bitcoin worth? 68, 69,000? Okay. Anyways, rant over. Peace and love to you guys. Reach out to me. I really appreciate all your comments. Hit that poll down below and let us know what you're thinking, because, I'm really grateful to all of you, and thank you for having me as a guest today. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all your comments and reaching out to me. It's really nice to hear the people and what they're thinking. Peace and love to y'all.